All right, this video is going to walk you through how to find the missing sides of a 45-45-90 triangle. Now what you have to recognize about a 45-45-90 triangle is that these two sides, the legs, are always connected to the box, and they are always the same size. So if you start on a leg with a measurement of 5, that means this is going to also be a 5. And the way you find the missing hypotenuse value right here, that goes right here, is to simply take these leg values and multiply them by the square root of 2. So this length is very easy to write. You just take the length of the leg times the square root of 2. So that makes this 5 square root of 2. Very easy to come up with. Now the other one that might be a little more challenging is when you start on the hypotenuse. If you're multiplying by square root of 2 to go back there, you have to do the opposite of that to go back to the legs. So if you're starting with a 10 on the hypotenuse and you want to go back to the legs, you have to do the opposite of this, which is to divide by the square root of 2. So if I wrote it out like this, that I have 10 divided by the square root of 2, you could put this decimal answer in this box and this box, and that would be the right decimal answer. But if we want to write it as an exact value in reduced simplest form, we don't want the square root of 2 in the denominator. So we're going to multiply the top and the bottom of this fraction by the square root of 2. When you do that, the fraction now becomes 10 square root of 2 over 2. But again, there are some outside numbers that you notice, the 10 and the 2. 10 divided by 2 can reduce, and we need to reduce that also. So then if you take 10 divided by 2, you're going to get 5. So that becomes 5 times the square root of 2. So this answer right here is then going to become 5 square root of 2. And in this case right here, this distance right here is the same thing in both of those boxes. This becomes 5 square root of 2, and this becomes 5 square root of 2. So as we look at these questions, it depends on where you start. If you start on the legs, you simply multiply by square root of 2. If you're starting on the hypotenuse, you divide by square root of 2, like we did right here. And if it can reduce, not reduce, but to get the square root out of the bottom, you multiply the top and the bottom by square root of 2, which then turns that into 10 square root of 2 over 2. And if these outside numbers can divide, then that's the length of this missing side for your two legs. And if you get this leg, you'll also know this leg is the exact same thing. I hope this video helps in working with your 45-45-90 triangles, and that's all there is to this. Good luck.